Hi, June. So, we are now here, Sunday, that's July 2 sa Philippine Film Challenge. This is, by the way, this is by Fred. We call each other by. He's the program coordinator. So, let's proceed. June, this used to be our office. Unfortunately, during the pandemic, we were not able to continue the construction of the building. By the way, this is one of the rooms, but we decided to convert it into an office because it's less costly to do than finish the building. Hopefully we can finish this in 2 months' time. We only have one worker to do this for now. I'll show you around the finished office that we have.
Hi, this used to be our old office, and we had to change the roof. But when the typhoon came, it all broke the roof because of the typhoon. So if you can see, this is the office, and the materials that you see are also all donated by some concerned individuals that we might use in renovating our office.
Recycled materials, you mean?
Yes, recycled materials by donors.
But presently, we cannot continue the construction because after the pandemic, when our then executive director, who's from Singapore, Brother Jacob, has to go back to Singapore. So we know that during that time, when he was still the one running the center, almost all the support came from Singapore, right?
Yes, correct.
And when he left, slowly the support dwindled.
Yes, when he left 2019, we were left with nothing.
Nothing.
Zero. When typhoon Odette came, negative. But in spite of it, we were still able to touch lives. There were still programmers that were able to graduate from it. And that's what is the most important. And even though we were out of funds, we're still able to touch lives.
God provided.
Yes.
Looking back, we were just so amazed how the Lord provided, right? There was never a day that we stopped.
Definitely. If you think about it, how did we do it? We cannot give an answer. It's God.
So, kini siyang dapita kini. What is this area?
This was designed to be a conference room, meeting room, but for some reason, we could not finish it. As you can tell, that's the second floor. Second floor over there. Those are all rooms, but currently not usable because of some electrical and water problems.
Leaks in the roof.
So we need to rehabilitate also the second floor. Originally, this building was constructed for purposes of using it as dormitories for the programmers. Why do we call it programmers, by Fred?
Because on the rehab centers called them patient. Now patients, for us we call it upgrading, like a sick person. So we call them programmers.
Because they become part of our program also.
Yes, correct.
Speaking of program, being the program director by Fred, in few paragraph, can you tell them what's our program all about?
Our program is all about willingness as a person. Because when I'm a product of Teen Challenge, each person has its own program. When I came in, after a month, I was already allowed to go to school. Because they've seen my wanting to change. So there are some programmers that takes time for them to, we have to teach them all the bad attitudes inside and out. And eventually lead them to Christ.
So getting some of these rooms open.
If you can see over there, currently we're just using one of the dorm as our office, but it's not really conducive for office.
Can we take a look?
Yeah, right now we're getting there. My friend is getting the key. John, if I remember well, this building was constructed way back 2001. The purpose for this building is supposedly use it as the dormitory for all the programmers. Speaking of programmers,
Pwede tamusod para makita na to.
okay, sige, sige. So, as you can tell, barely finished. And this is the view out there. Down there, as you can tell, it used to be functional, our kitchen, dormitory, but during the typhoon, as you can tell, the roof was blown away.
Here we are. We made one dormitory as a stock room. These are donated bags from Singapore, as well as chairs also from Singapore, which we are planning to bless other churches, because that's what Philippine Teen Challenge does. If people blesses us, then we also bless other churches. So for the meantime, we just made it as a stock room because it's not fully repaired yet to cater for programmers.
Over here is another room, which as of the moment, since we don't have an office, we're utilizing it as an office. So, come in please. So this is our office. As you can see, it's very temporary. So hopefully all of the rooms here, by Fred, when the time comes, we are targeting about 100 to 150 CICL, females only, and along with children at risk within the period of 1 year. So right now we are really preparing for that mandate which we believe the Lord has spoken to us or impressed on us. No?
We are still operating on Windows 98, but still, by the grace of God, we were still able to operate. Our office is still functioning, and there's good news because there are some individuals that are planning to give us old, not really old, but desktops for us to use, and even printers, which we still do not have one yet. It's going to be repaired.
I'd like the camera to focus here. This is our vision, by the way. Vision and mission. Our vision is to provide a place and provision for change. And our mission statement is Philippine Teen Challenge seeks to provide a Christian therapeutic community where one with controlling problems can be trained, developed, and changed to become a productive citizen of society. Over there, by the way, recently, Gideon International donated to us Cebuano Bibles. Okay? Through the kindness of my friend Stephen Yap. So, very timely enough. So, before we proceed to our future kitchen and dining hall over there, by the way, this is our service van. Every now and then, we need to bring the programmers to the different parts of the city as part of the program, do some marketing, but unfortunately, we were not able to register this vehicle since there's a maintenance issue. But hopefully, we can fix this. So let's proceed over to our future kitchen. Is it open?
Push it.
As you can tell, it's also unfinished. We plan to knock down this wall so that to make it bigger, so that we can accommodate about the figure that I was saying, 100 to 150 CICL or programmers. As you can see, we have over there newly constructed telecom tower by Frontier. And how did this come about?
During before Typhoon Odette, when Jacob left, we were really on the negative, and suddenly Frontier company came over and offered us a proposal, and we brought it to the board to have it approved or decided upon, which is a big help to the maintenance and the salaries of the staff, as well as the food for the children. That payment or the rent that Globe has provided helped the programmers in a way to finish the program.
I agree. Somehow we get by
Yes.
with a big help
Yeah.
from Frontier Tower. So, as you can tell, we kind of restricted people from coming in because this was really destroyed by the typhoon. However, many years ago, this building was utilized as our chapel down here and learning center up there, where the programmers, with the help of some school, MZ, were able to give and extend education to the programmers, which turned out to be very successful.
As you can see, there are appliances here. These are working appliances which are also donated. Then we just clean it and try to sell it. And if we cannot sell it, then we give it to the churches that needs it badly.
So some of the ceilings were blown away. Termites also have gotten in the way. I'm not proud to say that this is the only access to the second floor, but when I came in, this already existed. Actually, we need to redo this stairway going up. All our learning materials, the books, we have to remove them because, like I mentioned, it was infested by the termites. But as you can tell, this used to be a very this was our very learning area for the children to study based on their module and performance.
Which there are already products, street children that who went to school here and are now volunteers, and if you speak to them, they can speak to you straight English, and you can see the transformation of what happened, transpired here in learning.
This is also part of the building.
These are learning centers.
As you can tell, these were supposed to be the desks of the students or programmers, but obviously this building, that's the reason why we have to condemn it, because it's not usable anymore. So much leaking inside from the outside when it rains. All our cubicles were damaged due to the typhoon, and as you can tell, our windows made of wood, termites infested, but some were blown away. I remember during the typhoon, Odette. Bye, Fred.
Yeah, it breaks our heart looking at this place. We call it the school because a lot of lives were changed here, and our products, and they're still around and back as volunteers. So we are determined to fix this and make it operational for the upcoming CICLs, so we could provide education at the same time.
Okay, as you can tell also, this is part of the second floor, wherein even the bookshelves is no longer usable, as you can tell. The termites has gotten into our cabinets, shelves. This used to be the play area of the children, along with the many toys that were also blown away, not usable anymore by the children.
So this is our Sunday service. Every Sunday.
Part of the program is for children to attend the Sunday service in Bisaya. By the way, our pastor, many years ago, he was a staff in Teen Challenge, and now he's a pastor.
So temporarily, this is where our female programmers stay. We just had to paint it to look like at least refreshing. This is the only place that they can be in one area. So this is the room. Still, we have to fix this week. We have to put beds. We just had it screened recently, a week ago. At least there's no more mosquitoes that can come in. So yes, temporarily.
And the reason why we are transferring them here is because we intend to, the rooms that they are occupying in the main building, we intend to use it as our office.
Yes.
And eventually to fix the rooms over there so that if we have guests from different places, countries even, we can accommodate them there.
Yes. Yes, correct.
Currently, we only have one skilled worker
Yes.
doing all the job for us because of our the limitation that we are going through right now. Indeed, there's a lot of fixing to do. As you can tell, these facilities, there, going there, down there, all the way down there, used to be the dining hall, was destroyed by the typhoon that 2 years ago, I believe. Yes. 2 years ago. We'll try to go down there.
So you can see what Typhoon Odette did. If you look at the space, it's a very big potential for the accommodation of more CICL. One slot here, and probably we can put another floor. It will go up to this level. There's another area here. You could see can house also more CICL.
Right.
So it's a very big potential if you look at it. And the lives that we can change within 6 months.
Since we were under constraint with our budget, we decided to raise some chicken, allowing the programmers to take care and feed the chicken, but consume them as they grow bigger. We have no choice but to use this area momentarily for our
Wood that we could use for future renovation. It could help.
or use them as firewood.
Yeah, yes. Here is, if you could see, our dirty kitchen because LPG now costs a lot, so we are using firewood to cook our food.
Another area we decided to momentarily use as our storage area for some of the furnitures that were ruined, damaged by the typhoon. But originally we were envisioning this to use as our dining hall.
Dining hall, and now we plan to have it as a playroom or a game room for kids where they could use play and have fun.
Let's proceed over there. Over here is our, we call it amphitheater. We recently had our retreat for the volunteers and along with the programmers.
Yes.
We had our bonfire over there. As you can tell, this also got damaged during the typhoon. As you can see, that portion by the earthquake before. So there's a lot of fixing to be done. But since we decided to raise ducks and chicken for our own consumption, so for now it's being used as their area so that we can save. June, this is the second floor of the main building.
Okay.
Present condition is so much leaking when it rains. Electrical connection is compromised. As you can see, we're not able to fix the ceilings. Although we use this for our prayer time and meeting time. But there's so much work to be done. It has so many rooms actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has 5 big rooms, as you can see. But all rooms are no longer usable. This is what I'm talking about. Let me show you another room. Here. Oh.
Every time it rains, we spend around 2 hours just to get the water out on the ground. So